Hello, everybody. Welcome. We already have a lot going on in the chat. I'm so glad everybody's here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you from Australia. And thank you from Michigan, is going through some things, to say the very least. I hope everything's okay in Michigan. I know you got a lot of smoke and got, outbreaks and all that stuff. I hope it's not affecting you, my dear Marge. And then we have Seattle, and um, those are all the people I know so far. And I'm in New Mexico. So there you go. You never know where someone's gonna be from. Anyway, I'm Janet Kadow. I'm a channel psychic and spiritual teacher. Uh, so I want to talk a little bit about the way spirit works is very subtle. And I'm going to just do this little intro so people can get here and get warmed up and be ready with their questions. So think about your questions if what I'm talking about is of no interest to you. So when we work with spirit, um, the energy is so soft and subtle. It's not like when people say an angel appeared to them or their guides are so insistent, or the energy is so strong or whatever. It's usually not, or at least not, doesn't start that way. It starts very, very soft, because spirit guides are not allowed to make you afraid, unlike ghosts or any other kind of entity. Spirit guides have rules that they have to follow, and they're not allowed to make you afraid. And since they're not allowed to make you afraid, they have to come in very soft, very gently. And I want you to think also that they're in a different realm of existence. They're in a different, you know, um, a completely different level of consciousness, or a different realm of existence. I mean, you could think about it as like a multiverse theory where there's different um, planes of existence and so on. So you can think about it like that, or you can think about a higher consciousness, or you can think about it as heavenly realms. I use the term heavenly realms because I like that term. But so they're in a completely different realm of existence. They're not here like ghosts are here. So when they're in that realm of existence, they have to follow the rules of that realm of existence, what I call the heavenly realms. They have to follow divine law or sacred law. And in that, they have to, they don't have a choice. They have to um, follow those laws. And one of the laws is that it can't make people afraid. So they come in super gentle, super soft. So when you're starting to connect with your guides, it could be a little frustrating at first, because you're like, I don't know if that was them, or I don't think it was that. So as you get more um, into the energy and sensitive to their energy, and the more you can discern if it's your ego making demands on you, or telling you stories, or if it's your imagination, or if it's spirit or intuition. It takes a little practice and time to figure that out. So be gentle with yourself when you're working with spirit, and know that the subtlety is so that they don't make you afraid. But you can always ask them to amp it up a little bit. Now, even when you ask them to amp it up a little bit, they still might not make it all that uh, strong. And one of the reasons for that is so that you start paying attention to the subtleties. You start paying attention. You start slowing down, and really trying to understand not only their energy, but um, your own thought process. And I just did a video. I posted it on Thursday or Wednesday night. I don't know, on those days. And it's all about getting a message or getting a feeling from your spirit guide. So I suggest that you watch that. It's under my videos tab on my YouTube page if you want to do that. So, oh, thank you so much, Jordan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're so good. I'm so glad to be here. I've been really feeling a little tired out. Anyways, oh, good. I'm glad to hear Marge is clearing up. That's such a good thing. I'm glad the smoke is clearing up for you. Really great. Okay, so any questions about? Oh, thank you, Jean. Yeah, it was posted Thursday. Okay, on my Substack. It went on my Substack, and then I posted short clips too. Anyway, so any questions you want to ask? And, I encourage not just personal questions, but if you have questions about your own spiritual path, about anything like that. Now, I am doing answers from spirit. I'm not even really using my intuition. I'm not using tarot. I'm simply getting the answers from my guide. And my guide is um, White Eagle, and it's a long story about how I came to know him as White Eagle. I didn't know any entity or even imagine anything like that in my, you know. So when we're working with our guides are our guides. Like you could ask to talk to like Jesus or Buddha or Kuan Yin, or, you can ask to communicate with them, but you're really better off asking to communicate with your spirit guide. Because when we ask to, when we choose who we want to talk to, Archangel Michael, there's a reason why I don't suggest it, is because any entity can pretend they're Archangel Michael or Buddha or Jesus. And you want to talk to the entity who's looking out for you. And it's not saying that if you were to connect with those, that's not them, but it's saying that it's a little bit dicey. And so when you want to connect with your guide, let go of any idea of who they are, or that you can only talk to this entity or this God or this savior or this saint and so on. Let go of all that. You want to talk to your guide and only your guide to support your highest good and help you on your path to your highest potential. That's the intention. So that's usually better. And you're going to have better communication with them. You're going to get better. It's more, your guide is somebody who is very um, uh, connected to you. It's like your other self almost. And they're, so let's say your vibration is the same, I guess you could say, and you communicate similar. It's just easier to connect with your guide than connect with a being that you may have already preconceived notions of, or you may think they only represent one thing, or, there's a lot of stuff we project onto identities of spirit. So if you don't have any preconceived notion about your guide and you're open up to however they show up for you, then you're going to get a lot better connection and a lot better information, so long as you have that intention that you want to only speak to them to support your highest good. And they're here only for you. They're not here to save humanity. They're here to save your butt. If you ask. Only if you ask, and only if you want them to. They're not going to help you if you don't want it. Okay, let's go. So, Merritt's back. Yay. Let's go back up to Marvin's question for March. And then we'll get to Jordan's question. Oh, Jordan, is that a question? Anyway. Oh, Asia. Okay. Okay, let's go back to, all right. So Marvin is, if you don't mind my saying to the group, that Marvin is your kitty cat and been a little bit sick lately. Let's see what's going on with Marvin. So I'm going to ask my guide to check in with Marvin and give me the scoop. That's how I'm going to do it. So what he'll do is sometimes my guide will give me images or feelings or some kind of sense of what's going on. So hold on a moment. He is Marvin is not ready to cross. He is very happy to be where he is. He is getting a little better, a little worse, a little older. There's kind of this back and forth with Marvin. But I don't think that when he's, you know, um, sick or, tired, it's a sign that he's ready to go. White Eagle's just showing me he's happy to be there. He's happy to be with you. He's happy to be with his friends. And he's going to choose at his own time when it's time for him to go. So I hope that he wants to stick around. He's not too tired to stick around, in other words. He just likes being around you and the family. That's that's the deal. So he's not ready to go anywhere. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to So what did Jordan say? During the years I started working with my guide, and he would make his presence known by stepping in close to me, and I would feel a buzzing pressure on my back. Always done under protection. Lovely. I love that, Jordan. Your guide is a good guide. Yay. And now Asia. So Asia's question about moving forward this week. Hmm. You're taking a big leap forward this coming week. He's showing me like, a big, like you're stepping off a curb into a new direction, into a new street, into a new way, and you're taking a big step, a great big step. And you may think that you're not ready or you can't do it, but it's totally perfect for you. So I don't know if you got a job offer or you look at a job offer, but the scarier the leap or the bigger the stretch to take the step, the better. So let me know if that helps. Yes, please like and subscribe and push the little button so you know when I'm coming on live. Because even though I'm doing it every Saturday at noon Pacific time or 5 a.m. Australian time or 3 p.m. Eastern time, some people forget on Saturdays. Okay, so I hope that helps, Asia. You just need to stretch yourself and get out there. Stretch. Take that big step. One big step and you're there. Okie dokie. Let's see what's next. Ishika. 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 An interview tomorrow. Yay! Well, there's going to be a really clear path for you to go, Asia. So, yeah, you be along for the ride is the best attitude. They got you. It's a very good thing for you. Okay, Ishika, interview tomorrow. Did I see you in an interview before last week? Did you do the interview last week? Anyway, um, Yeah. I think they will offer to you, and um, guide is like saying something. You need to tell them to bring you the money. Like, I think they're gonna lowball you, or they're not gonna offer you enough money, and you're gonna say, "I need more money." Like, be really abrupt and be really tough with it. And it's not this job, it's the next one, but you need to ask for more money. They're gonna try it like anyways, the guys are saying, "Bring me the money." Like, they're not giving you enough money, or they're not offering you enough money, and it's okay to ask for more. So they're gonna offer you, or you're gonna get an offer extremely soon, and, but you need to be a little demanding and stand up for yourself because you have the talent and everything they want. Don't forget that, okay? I hope that helps. Let me know. I think the hardest part of doing the lives is not knowing you. It's ringing true. Not that I don't trust my guides telling me the right thing, but if you need clarity, I'd like to know. Okay. So, Jordan, my question is, after a long period of having told my guides and spirit to back off due to constant noise, huh, let's talk about that. I feel I'm ready to ease back into work with my guide. I was just wondering what advice. So, I think that was a really smart thing to do as far as telling them to back off when you're uncomfortable. And it's important that you know you're the boss. And sometimes I think they maybe overdo it to get you to stick up for yourself, because you do need boundaries with spirit, even the most loving guides. And you do need to know your limitations. Now, they're not in bodies, so they don't have limitations, right? So, what you want to do is um, tell them what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. So, one thing that is important is, Jordan, I want you to pick a date and a time and sit and meditate with your guide. And then when you're done, you're going to say, "Okay, we're done." And that's it. Like, and that start doing scheduling time just for that, then they don't get to interfere with, the constant buzz, the constant energy coming. And the constant energy coming can be super draining, but they're doing it because they want you to know that you have control over this. They don't want to overpower you. They don't want to take away, what's best for you. They want you to know your own limitations and know what's good for you. And so sometimes that requires you saying, "Okay, we're going to talk at Wednesday at 10 a.m. and that's it for an hour. I'll be there for you." And then that's it. Now, a lot of people will say, and this is a super common thing, that their guides are waking them up, or their guides, and they're getting all these downloads in the middle of the night, and they're having to, journal all this stuff in the middle of the night, or, they're it's always unusual times and places and stuff like that. Well, the guides are, so what's happening in those instances is, on the one hand, the person saying, "I want to talk to my spirit guides. I want to know everything. I want to, be always connected to them." And then on the other hand, they're not making any time for it. So they're just like, so the guides will just get in there when they can. And when they can is when you're asleep, when you're driving, when you're, doing dishes or something, when you're in a quiet mind, a quiet state of mind, that's when they'll pop in, because you haven't made time. You're saying you want this, so they're answering the call because you said you wanted it, but then they're interrupting things. And when my guides are interrupting my sleep, I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute. Do not do that. Do not wake me up at 4 a.m. Do not. I will make time for you. I will make time. to connect with you, talk with you, get the downloads, get the information I've been asking for so you don't wake me up. Okay? So that's a really, really good um, way to go, work with the guides. Make time and space for them, and you won't get that constant energy. And it's so that when you're busy doing your life stuff, they don't jump in. Now they only jump in if you allow them. Like, it's a little bit of a really understanding how the energy works for you. Now, when you're connecting with spirit guides, they hold, they're in the heavenly realms and all that, but they have such a high energy. And when I channel my guide and when I connect with my guide, even though he's in another realm, I'm still feeling a lot of his energy, and I get a lot of healing, and I get a lot of boost. I get a lot of juju from it. But that can also be exhausting. It's almost like an adrenaline rush. When you're done, you're exhausted. So you want to, keep track of your time. That's why I will only live stream for an hour ish. And because I need to come down, I need to pay attention to my well-being, getting a flow. It's like a whole extra current of energy running through you. Even in this scenario where I'm not direct channeling him, he's not, I'm not trans channeling him or live channeling him. He's just giving me the information as I'm asking for it. It's still a lot of energy. So you want to be mindful of that. And some people who channel a lot and have no boundaries, and you get super airy fairy, super out of body, a little bit nutty because you're not really attached to the physical world. You're attached to another realm, another being in another realm, and you're floating out of your body. Anyway, we're not getting a lot of questions today. Ishikawa, did you get your answer? I just want to know if you were able to get your answer, Ishikawa. Yeah, Jean. Be careful. So if you do find yourself, asking your guides a lot of questions and connecting in a lot, ask them to ground you when you're done, to help you be fully and completely into body and be grounded, because there's nothing more irritating, I swear. I've been around a lot of spiritual people. To me, the ungrounded ones just drive me absolutely batty. I cannot handle it. I hate it when people are ungrounded. They're just like, oh, I have a message. Out of the blue all the time. But I want to hear their message. Unless I ask. I want to hear messages when I ask. Okay, go ahead, Asia. I used to provide one-on-one counseling when my guide would facilitate. How nice. Always done with integrity, but over the years I developed an endless stream of information, which was exhausting. Yes, my dear. Oh my God. So, Jordan worked with the police. Oh, Lord have mercy. I would never. That would be awful. I would never work with the police. Okay, good. Okay, my love. Thank you, Ishikawa. Sorry. Ishi? Ishiwa. I can't remember now. Sorry. Ishikawa. Yeah, that's right. Cracking cases. No. So the reason why I never did that, which I really did want to do it at one point, Ishika. Thank you. Thank you. So sorry. Ishika. I want to tell you why I don't. It's because that is out of integrity. I hate to tell you. There's a comedian that said, I don't know, I just tell you the story. Anyway, but the reason why it's out of integrity is because when you're reading a victim, or a perpetrator, you're reading them without their request, knowledge, and permission. That's why it's out of integrity. That's why I don't do remote viewing, because when you're remote viewing, you're spying on someone. I don't do, so there are things that I don't do because it's, you have to respect other people's privacy. In any case, in any scenario, it's the law of non-interference, the law of free will. The guides and also spirit guides don't support it. So if you're working on that stuff, you're going to get more intuitive. It's going to come from your intuition, your psychic senses, the answers that you get. Or you could attract a low level entity that's going to help you with that and drain your energy. And they may help you or not help you, or they just may be around to mess with your head. So you want to protect yourself extra and, really work with your guide to make sure that what you're doing is within integrity of sacred law. And, be on that side. Just be careful because it can get very, very dicey and be a huge drain on your energy. I did a article on false spirit guides and why they're attracted to us and what we can do to not make sure that we don't get a false spirit guide. And it's on my Substack. If you put my name and false spirit guides, you should come up with the article. I think it's on also on Medium. Anyway, so know that a lot of people with great intentions with helping the police can get super drained and burn out really early on for that. Okay. Okay, Asia, you can ask more. Um, okay, Jean. I'm going to do Jean next. Okay. Jordan, you are a fascinating human being. I'm so glad you found me. Okay. Um, what do you need to know about I? He's gone away to heal for now, but I sent him some music and messages that freaked him out. Jean, what did we talk about freaking out people last time? We're freaking people out left and right. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's see what the guides have to say about this. It's okay. You know, on the one hand, the guides are saying that it's really good that you're yourself. It's super important. And although me, Janet, would suggest you be a little bit more cool about it, the guides are saying you really do need to express yourself with this person in order to have a clear communication and appreciation of one another. But there'll be times over the next few months that's going to kind of go, the communication is going to go in flurries and then silent and then flurries and then silent, and all that's okay. You have a good relationship and it's wonderful that you're communicating, and you shouldn't stop. That's what they're saying. The opposite of what I would tell you. Okay. So, okay, Marge, what should you work on spiritually? There's a your connection with plants and animals is super important to you. And he keeps showing me the donkeys that you're involved with. And is it a donkey rescue that you go to? Anyway, that's just my curiosity. But there's a healing power between you and the donkeys. and that, that love and appreciation and gratitude and joy and all that energy is what you want to focus on, and you bring that to your garden and you bring that to your home. And so continue working a little more with the donkeys. They would like you to try to communicate with the donkeys a little bit, just um, tell them your story. Talk about yourself to your donkeys and see if you get any sense of a response from them. So start by first talking about you and what you do when you're not there, and really casual conversation like you would have with a girlfriend at a coffee shop. Like, that's what they're saying. Start talking to them like they're your friends, because they really want to know more about you and support you. And there's something you're going to learn about them from them once you open up that communication. There's a lot of different ways to animal communicate, but they're telling me that you need to talk, 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 and tell them what's going on with you. Tell them your joys and your troubles. That's what they're saying. That's your next on your spiritual journey. That is very, very cool. Okay. So, Jean. Okay, yeah. Jean, no working with the police. Okay, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the joke now. Oh, but first I want to read what Jordan says. In my circumstance, the officers took me to meet people and then afterwards asked me what I was shown about them. Use the information to get leads and people's role in cases. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Huh. And Jean says they were missing people, but of all of them were connected to drugs and crimes, certain kind of crimes. Yeah, you can, carry that energy with you as well. It's a tough energy. Okay. So, where am I at here? Ananya's here. Hello, Ananya. Okay, let's see. Number 4 started just certain things with the person that was introduced when I met them. Now, that's your intuition. That's not your guides. So I want to also say that if your guides are showing you something, it's always in integrity because they can't go outside of, the law, sacred law. So I quit using my intuition um, because I was worried about breaking sacred law because I am nosy and and my intuition was always on and I was always connecting and getting information about people. And I don't think that was good for me. And so I asked my guides to shut it down unless I was doing a reading. So unless I was in a space where, it's confidential and I had permission to read them. So I asked them to shut down my intuition entirely. And that has kept me out of a lot of nosiness because I'm very nosy. So even, I find even with these lives, it keeps me safe if I only ask spirit because a lot of, questions are about does he love me? What does this person think of me? Blah, blah, blah. And that can get into very dicey energy. So you don't want to read someone without the request, knowledge, and permission because it's against sacred law. So anyway, so when I ask the guides to do it, then they're always only going to tell me what supports the highest good. That's it. That's why it's safer to work with guides, especially in an open forum like this. But and they're never going to also say anything about a person that person doesn't want it to be known. In other words, like they're not going to step over the boundaries of trust. Okay, about the opportunity of working with that. Wait, I have to make sure I haven't skipped anybody. About the opportunity. So Ishika, about the opportunity with that company, I don't know yet if they'll try to lowball me. If they do, I'll put forward my expectation. Will they be able? Yes, they will be able to pay you what you're looking at. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, the joke that I was gonna say, that comedian just cracked me up, is that he thinks cats are better than dogs. And I wish I knew the name of this comedian 'cause this just killed me. And the audience is like, "No, no, no, cats aren't better than dogs." It's like, "I'm gonna prove it to you. Cats are better than dogs." No, no, no. And he said the cats will never work for the cops. That's why they're better than the dogs. So anyway, that just came to mind. Anyway, not that working for the cops is bad. I don't think so. But it was just super funny. I think my cat would work for the cops though, for the right price. Okay, let's see who's next. Yes, so Ishikai did say yes. Okay, so I'm moving down. Ananya, let's see. What's coming towards you soon? Okay. You're getting a gift coming up. They're showing me a beautiful, it's symbolic. The energy they're showing me is symbolic. They're not showing me the gift. But they're showing me like there's this big ball of light you're holding on to. You're so excited and so happy. It's something that you really wanted. So something that you really wanted is coming your way. Be prepared. Ask to be able to receive. It's a whole new. It's it's something you didn't expect, but something you always wanted, and you're really excited about it. Really happy. So they're not showing me what it is. All they're showing me is this like big ball of light, and you're holding it, and you're so happy. Got it. So cool. Okay. Merit. What would suit me reading regarding spirituality? Do I have a skill? You do? Do. Let me ask what that is. They're saying yes, absolutely. You have a sensitivity to plants in particular. They're showing me you can like touch a plant and know what it supports and know what it feels, and you can communicate with plants. And what that does is helps you to utilize plants to heal, herbal medicines like that, but also gives you insight into other things as well. You have a way of connecting with plants. I don't know if that is your reality at the moment, but that's what they're showing me. So really lean into that, learn more about herbalism, and but more importantly, if you have a plant around you in your house, around your house, just touch the leaves and ask what it wants to tell you. And it may at first be like a just a feeling. You don't quite put your define it, but keep doing that. I see you touching them, holding the leaf without picking the leaf, just holding it and asking what it wants to tell you. And then wait a few minutes, just doing that, and then give it thanks, whether you got something or not, and move on. But try that out with different kinds of plants, and eventually it will start to kick in, and it'll be easy and obvious, the message from the plant. So we have animal communication with donkeys and Plant communication. How lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Oh, you've been playing music for them. How wonderful. I bet they're so happy. Oh, Marge. You live the life of dreams. Oh, let's see. Uh, I think I did miss yours again, Asia. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, there's an off button. I do not know that, Gene. I've asked and they just do what they want. No, tell them you're busy right now and you'll talk to them tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's how it works. Wow. Jordan, Jordan, Jordan. Wow. Um, yes, it's a very exciting gift, Ananya. Absolutely. It's going to be amazing. What spiritual gifts do you have? Stop it, Asia. All of them. You guys are like all of them. Oh, good, Merritt. I want you to go out and try to talk to the trees. You put your hand on the tree bark. Just ask a hand on the bark, hand on your heart. Just see what they say. See what you feel. Connect in. Okay. Oh yeah, you can email it. You could text it too. My number is in the description of the video, I think. 619-866-4405. I could give you all my number all the time. I could write it on bathroom stalls and no one will call me. So I'm not afraid of giving out my phone number. I could write it in bathroom stalls on truck stops. No one will call me. Anyway. Uh I'm on WhatsApp also at Janet Kadow on WhatsApp. You can connect through there easily or on Viber even. I don't think I might not have my business name on Viber. Anyway, use WhatsApp if you don't mind using WhatsApp. All right, you guys. Who's next? So, oh yeah, I want to go into Asia's gifts. I need to sip. Okay, Asia. Obviously, communication is your specialty. You could become a really phenomenal channel. You're very good. You're that good. You're extremely good. You don't have the patience and the discipline you need to grow it at the moment because you're worried about other things. But over time, you will. You will develop it. You will grow it. And it's going to be powerful. But in the moment, keep asking for help and keep listening, and they'll help you. Okay. All right. Who's next? I was wondering if I could share one of my songs. Oh, that's right. You were already. So yeah, send it to me. I'm on WhatsApp at Janet Kadow. And I even have, you can even DM me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or whatever. I don't know. Okay, anybody else? I think I got everybody. Oh, Ishika. Okay. Okay, just put the link in my WhatsApp. That'll be great. I love you so much, Asia. You're the bomb. And I want you to know that you are, because you're going to take over the world one day, and we will be all the better for it. Second question from Ishika. Lower back pain. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, they're showing me the same timeline as before. Again, I'm not a doctor, nor are my guides. My guides didn't go to medical school, so they don't diagnose or prescribe that kind of thing. But they can help you out, let you know. Um, they want you to know that you are turning a corner soon, and by soon I mean a couple weeks. But they want you to, they're showing me putting your hands on your abdomen and letting your feminine inner child know that all is well and you're safe. So what you do is place your hands there, close your eyes, focus on that space and say, all is well, all is safe. You have to say it out loud so that, you know, your body, your cells in your body hear it. It can't just be a thought. All is well, all is safe. I don't normally associate that part of your body, you know, with your security, but it does for right now. What they're showing me is there's a something that makes you feel very unsafe, and it's manifesting itself in your lower back. And if you just place your hands on your abdomen, in your lower abdomen, even though it's in your back, but you know, put it on your lower abdomen, your hands, and um, repeat the mantra, all is well, all is safe. And if you want to send it light and healing, use orange light and ask your guides to send it healing. This will help support you and help move the energy along for healing. But you are healing. It just doesn't feel that way right now. You'll be all right. Okay. Oh, hi, sunshine. Welcome, welcome. You can place your question in the chat. Yeah, you know, Ishika, I would, especially in those moments of panic, just breathe and ask your guides to help you through it. Really, you would not believe how much they can help when you are in those places of distress, how they can pull you right through it, how they can pull it out of you, how they can, you know, shift your energy field. So my favorite prayer to my guides is help me, help me, help me, you know? And that's all they need. They'll step right in and do everything they can to help relieve your pain and suffering. They don't want you to suffer. They don't want you to have pain. They don't want things to be difficult. They want you to have a life of ease, of empowerment, of joy. So always ask for help, especially when you're in distress. Are you kidding? They're like superheroes coming to save the day. That's what they live for. helping you in your distress. They love it. They're there for you, for sure. Okay. Um, Jean, I want to just take a moment of honor and joy for Jean. She's working hard in this chat. I so appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Sunshine, what can you expect in love? Let's find out. I don't know how old you are. The reason why I asked that is because I see somebody who's kind of young, and so it looks like a brand new love. It's not an old one. It's not somebody returning. It's not somebody that you already know. It's somebody who's new, somebody who's young. And by young, I'm old, so young is anybody under 40. I don't know, but it does look more like 20s actually. Um, and they're very kind and they're really into you. Like they're bringing you flowers. I don't know if that's real or symbolic, but they bring you things and they really place you as their priority in life. The problem is I can't see when they're coming. And I know you said in the next year, and that's what we asked. So it must be within the next year. But I can't tell you when. They have a very high vibrational energy. So they're not a negative person. They're just a very kind person. Um, and you may not even know that they like you for quite some time until they make themselves known that they like you. In other words, you may bump into them every day and not even notice them. You don't really know them until they step up, which is the way it should be. Okay. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, Sunshine. Okay. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. When did you fall, Merritt? You give me a little bit. When I ask when, it's so I know where we're at on the timeline. And I need to know that you got, medical help already, right? A week ago. And you got medical help, yes, Merritt? Marit? I think I said her name wrong. Sorry. Okay, Jordan, you're next. Okay, so you're able to move around and you didn't feel like the injuries were bad enough to go to the doctor. As long as you didn't hit your head, I think I just want to double check all the things. So I I'm feeling more in the back, shoulders, and hand and arm. Um, is that correct? Not really seeing feet and legs. It feels like more back, shoulder, and arm that you're hurt, the injuries. I'm asking about the neck and the head. don't see anything big there. Um, it wouldn't hurt to get checked out just to be on the safe side, to calm the mind, and to get whatever kind of medication might help your healing along. But it looks like it's okay. It may take, though, probably a month, which is a long time for bruises. So that's what makes me think you might want to just get it checked out and make sure there's nothing a little bit more intense if possible. Okay. Let me know if that helps or if you have more questions. Okay, Marit? All right, Jordan. Your face and your knee. Hmm. Not seeing it. Go to the doctor. There is some jarring that happened in your either your back or your neck. There's something that you need to just make sure it's okay. I'm not seeing the face and the knee, so that must be all right. But they would like you to get checked out if you can. Dear Lord. Okay. Um, I'm glad. I'm glad, Marit. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so on to OCD. Okay, so your partner's on, Jordan. I can't read your partner without their permission. So, okay, so I want you to know that when we're doing healing and psychic work, a lot of times we get illnesses. Healers can be very sick. And to me, doing psychic readings is healing. They are, it's a form of healing. So, all the things that, uh, kind of are latent or dormant will pop up when you start the spiritual path because it's time for everything to be healed. Okay. So that's why it comes up. That's why healers are limping around and having all these problems and of all degrees, you know. So it's because you've asked for healing, and guess what? First you manifest the illness and then you heal. And then maybe heal illnesses that you never knew you had, but they're just dormant. They're just like, you know, you're moving energy, you're moving the toxicity out of your body. And when you move the toxicity out of your body, you're going to first feel the toxicity, right? Oh. Whew, it's a rough road. Being spiritual isn't for the weak of heart, for the faint of heart, as they say. It's tough. And all this shit happens, or stuff happens, you know, when we start the path. And Asking spirit for help and healing is what they're there for. They don't want you to go on the path alone. They don't want you to deal with all of it alone. They want you to ask for healing just every day. Ask, help me, help me, help me, heal me, heal me, heal me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's how you should say. That's your prayer every day. Help me feel better. They don't want you to suffer. Suffering is you know, is an energy waste. There's no point to suffering, and we suffer all the time. And they will help release your suffering. Ask them to. They will. We suffer a lot in a lot of different ways, emotionally, physically, mentally, and they can help move it away. They can help move you through it in a way that's easy on your body and on your heart. So don't just ask them for messages. Ask them for healing and health and happiness and joy. Ask them for things you think you don't deserve, like a fabulous partnership, a wonderful, exciting surprise, and all the well being that you can embrace. So ask, ask, ask for everything. I do all the time. And it's gotten me through many a mental, emotional, and physical crisis. And I'm not even going to get into the laundry list here, but that's what they're for. And when you start walking the spiritual path, that's why they're, holding your hand and taking you through it. They will guide you and help you, and they'll help you in a medical way. I know a lot of psychics and spiritual people don't believe in medicine, Western medicine, but they'll, if you ask spirit, they're going to get you the right doctors. They're going to get you the right people. They're going to get you to the things that you need to support your body. Because guess what? We may be spiritual people, souls and past lives and higher consciousness and all those things, but we're also in a body that needs attention, and it needs physical attention and by physical people in physical Western medicine, hopefully. So, but what spirit does is move that energy along. It can help you release all the toxins, the old past life cycles and wounds that created the problem. It can help you release all those unconscious traumas that have created the problem. But the medical people, the physical beings who help us heal, will help our body with that problem, because once it shows up in the body, we have now, hit crisis mode. And so we can do a lot of energy work and a lot of energy healing, release suffering for sure. We can release, worry and fear and guilt with spirit. But the body, who's been worrying and having fear and guilt for decades, needs a different kind of help. So I'll get off my soapbox, but you know, always check with the medicine. We have it for a reason. It's a gift to humanity that we don't have to go out in the moonlight, on the strawberry moon and pick the herbs that are going to heal us, hopefully, of some skin condition. So work hand in hand with spirit, science, medicine, and it'll be a lot easier because spirit's going to guide you to the right doctor. Spirit's going to guide you to the right answers. And the more you learn, the more they can guide you. So what I've found is that people don't channel things they don't know about, right? So if my guide started talking to me about astrophysics, I'd be like, I wouldn't understand what he's talking about. But if I read books on astrophysics and I learned about astrophysics, then he could talk to me about astrophysics, right? Then he could take me to the next level of astrophysics that's not in the books. So once you start learning about things in the physical world, the scientific world, it opens the gateway to learn more from spirit. So follow your heart, follow your intuition, follow what you want to learn about, and also ask for help, help, help in guiding you through it. So I think scientists are very intuitive, and I think artists are channels, and I think, anybody, I don't care if you're atheist or what you believe in, I think that spirit will help you no matter what. And I hope that you keep asking all the time for their help through every single thing. And if they say go to the doctor, go to the doctor. If they say, rest and it'll be fine, that's great. But it's up to you to discern whether that's right for you or not. As we spoke earlier about Jordan, like, you got to put a kibosh on it when it's overwhelming and too much. And you always, always, always have to have that intention when you're working with spirit that what you receive from spirit serves your highest good and helps you on your path to your highest potential. And sometimes I add in, I want messages from spirit that support my joy, that support my abundance, that support my, love, support my relationships. I want messages like that. And they will help you with that. And all of the things they could possibly think of. Anything you could think of. Okay. All right. I guess we're gonna get going. So thank you all for being here. Sorry for the lecture, but my guides tell me when I got to go to the doctor and when I need to get, the right doctor and so forth. They've handled my well-being extraordinarily well, but they didn't do it by healing me instantly, which would have been preferable. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. But it's all part of the journey, my darlings. So, hand in hand in hand with your guides, and they will lead you always to your joy. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next week. All right. Take care.